Process of inspection of this engine, I took the shroud off. See how I get around to show you here. I took the shroud and the alternator off, which means you had to take the carburetor off and the intake manifold off. So carburetor and intake, shroud off, this off, which is that right there, but on this side. And my suspicion was right. There appears to be some kind of a nest in my engine, which really would not have been a good thing. Yep. Yes, that would have been not good for the cooling. Yeah, so good thing I decided to check that out. These are the cooling fins, and they're are very important. Look at all that rust. It's just funny what rat poop will do. The heads are aluminum, so they didn't rust, but cylinders sure did. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I don't want to take all this rest of shouting off and try to clean that out of there, but I might not have a choice in the matter. Oh, good thing it's all in fun. Well, it's time to do another update of the Baja. I been working on it. A little here and a little there. I got the engine in, which took actually 12 minutes to put it in from when it was sitting on the bench right there until we got it in here. It took about 12 minutes. I didn't video it because I needed someone to help me, so I had my neighbor come over and help me. And there's an issue about the neighbor being in my video, so I just went ahead and, installed it because I had to have the help. So anyways. But I got this in here right now just because the choke isn't hooked up. I want the choke to stay open. Gas, I just run a fuel line off of the pump, run it down into a gas can because I don't have the fuel pump hooked up yet. The wiring's hooked up. I had to take this tire off because I had to, in here, well, you can't really see it, but I had to hook up the throttle, and to get in there was a real booger. So here's where the throttle's hooked up here, return spring. But this cable, that was a job. I mean, that took me a whole day to get the geometry of that right, get the pedal inside right. But I took the tire off also because we're going to start it. And I don't want the tire on there because the clutch isn't adjusted yet. If something happened and I knocked it in gear, there's no way of stopping it. So I mean, you hit the brakes, but I got the pedals not, the brakes are all done out here, but the inside the pedal's not fixed yet. So I've got to get the pedal aligned, adjusted for the brakes and the clutch. I just got the throttle done, so those are next. But anyways, I jacked it up, took tire off. So if it goes in gear, this will just spin, so it isn't going to go anywhere. I know it runs because I started it and ran it just before I took it off the other buggy. I primed it, got it in here, and cranked it over without spark plug, or without the coil hooked up. So we got primed the carburetor. So the carburetor's got gas in it, ready to go. It should just turn the key and fire up. Let's just see how it does. This thing's not the easiest thing to clone in and out of. Alright. Turn this switch on, which turns on the tach. The lights on. Turn the key. Give it a pump. have the wire hooked up to excite the alternator yet. So I'm gonna just tell you turn the alternator on. There, now the alternator's charging. Let's turn the see these lights here? Let's turn them on. Those puppies are bright. Let's shut the main light off and see how bright it really is. I've shut the other lights off. Those lights are bright. Looking down the road, somebody has their bright lights on. I say, well, my bright lights are bright too. That's fun. What is it noisy in here? I gotta do something to kind of fix that dampening part of I gotta do something to fix the noise. It doesn't have rubber mounts for the engine. I use solid mounts, so a lot of the noise from outside is gonna come in. So I have to put some kind of noise. I put carpeting or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'll worry about that when I get to it. But there it is. I still got to do some wiring, get the oil pressure light wired up. That's I know that's working because I put a light on it to test it, make sure it's getting oil pressure. I haven't decided if I'm going to put oil pressure light or a gauge. I might put both, a gauge and a light. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I got forever to decide. Whoops, I left them lights on. I got to find those dim lights there will deaden the battery in just a very short period of time. I don't know if you heard that sound. That's the alternator kicking on because those lights were on. Why that generator lights on, I don't know, because, oh yeah, there's some wiring problems in there. Because that red light that's on, that's not even hooked up. So, but there she is. Let's shut it off so you can hear me. Well, that's it for now. We're going to do a little bit more later. And, but it's running. I got to adjust the clutch and, once I get the clutch adjusted, get all the pedals adjusted the way they're supposed to be, the brake pedal and all that adjusted to the right height to the level and play. Be ready for a test drive. Later.